Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Aiyana and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you've never seen my face before. Very recently, I had a heated debate on Twitter about birth control. I have been on birth control for about 4 years, so I can only tell you what I know from experience. The tweet was about, I guess there was like a picture of like a towel on the bed, and someone said, "What does this mean?" And a lot of people were saying like stuff with your period and stuff like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I don't get periods. Oh my gosh, I'll insert the tweet right here. So many people were fighting with me because I don't get periods, and I just want to come to you and tell you my experience with birth control. I started getting periods my freshman year of high school, and they were really heavy, and I'd get a little bit of back pain. I never really got any cramping or anything like that, and it would last like a full 7 days. Like, I would be really jealous of the girls who'd be like, oh, mine are so light and they only last like 2 days. Like, great for you, but this is not okay. I would literally cry sometimes because I just wanted it to be over, which is like any other female in the world. Fast forward to like my senior year, I think my mom suspected that I was sexually active when I really wasn't, so she suggested that I get on the pill. And you know, I told her like, why? I'm not doing anything, like I don't need it. And she was like, okay, well, if you're not doing anything, this might help with your periods because you're always complaining about them. So I was like, okay. So we went to the doctor and I got my first dosage of the pill. And for me, my little brain couldn't comprehend when I should take the pill, because it said something like, you take your first pill on the first day of the last day of the day. I did not know when to take it, so I shoved it in my bathroom drawer, didn't mess with it. And one day I was cleaning out my drawer and I was like, why are these still in here? I'm never gonna take these. So I threw them away. My mom saw it, threw them away, and she was like, no honey, we're getting you on something. She was either like, you take the depot or you get the implant. And for me, I don't want anything in my arm, and I hate shots. I hate getting shots. I don't get flu shots. I don't get shots unless I like need to get shot. This is like right before graduation or something like that, or right before it came out to San Antonio. They do a pregnancy test before you take any kind of birth control, and so my mom was looking at me all side-eyed like, you better not be pregnant. And I was literally like, the only way I could be pregnant is if I was carrying the next baby Jesus. My test came back negative, and so I ultimately decided to start with Depo-Provera. And Depo-Provera is the shot, and you get it every 3 months. And I didn't really have any problem with Depo, except in the beginning I did gain a lot of weight. I gained about 20 to 25 pounds when I first started. Eventually I lost the weight, but some people find it very difficult once they put on that much weight to lose that much weight. Other than that, the only thing I really experienced was like spotting in between my shots. So they give you like a window of time. So you get your shot and then you have 3 months before you get your next shot, and they give you like a week window to get your shot in. So you have a week to go in and get your next shot, or you'll have to get pregnancy tested and all that stuff all over again before you can get prescribed another prescription. Never really had any issues with going in my window, even with school and everything. But with Depo, they recommend that you only are on Depo for 3 years, and then after the 3 years you switch to some other kind of birth control, because Depo can affect your bone health. I was on Depo for 3 years. I started in 2013, and I actually just stopped taking Depo at the beginning of this year. So I was on it for a little more than 3 years. Now, a lot of people say that Depo can affect your fertility and things like that. No, I've asked multiple doctors if it can, because everyone knows, if you know me, that eventually, I mean, I have baby fever like crazy, and eventually I would like to have kids. And that's a big thing. Like, if I found out that I can't have kids, I will be devastated. And I didn't want my decision to stay on depot be a reason that I wouldn't have kids. And what I was told from a couple of doctors and medical professionals was that it does not affect your fertility. When you do try to get pregnant, it might take you a little bit longer. I never had periods on the depot, like, at all. Just a disclaimer, this is not promoting any form of birth control. This is not me saying you should be on any kind of birth control. This is just my experience, and this topic really just bothered me, that there were girls telling me, oh, it's not healthy to not have periods, it's not healthy to be on birth control, you're killing yourself on birth control. And I'm just sitting there like, you don't know me. My philosophy is everybody is different and every body is different. My body reacts to some things one way, your body may react to some things another way. Not everybody is gonna have the same results when dealing with any type of medication or surgery or anything like that. Everybody's gonna be different. It's a case-by-case basis. Anyway, so after the 3 years, it was time for me to start thinking of another form of birth control that I could potentially be on, because I do like the fact that I don't have to worry about periods, and I am very comfortable in the fact that I don't have to worry about like an unwanted pregnancy at the moment. Yes, I do want to get pregnant eventually, but right now I'm just not in the... I'm not financially stable enough to provide for a child, and you kind of need a man to have a child. So at that time I was thinking of other options. You can do like the ring, there's patches, there's the pill, so I definitely could have, you know, figured out how to use the pill, or there's like the IUDs or like implants. And I definitely talked to a few different doctors during this time. So when it was time to start thinking about a new form of birth control, I was informed by a couple of different doctors, because I was with them at the time, about different forms, you know, where they are located, how long they last, side effects, things like that. The whole 9 yards. I got pamphlets and websites and all kinds of things, and I decided on the implant. One reason being that I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to go to the doctor every 3 months. It's in my arm. It's not coming out. It's not coming out. The only thing, I have this little bitty scar right here, which is okay because I have like a giant scar down my back, so I'm not really concerned about scarring or anything like that. You can feel it. The first day it feels kind of weird. It feels kind of weird because it's like you have something in your arm and you can like feel it, and it's kind of sore because, you know, you just got something put in your arm. But other than that, I have not had any problems with it. And a big thing that I learned about switching over from the depot to the implant is that the implant has similar hormones as the depot, so there's not going to be too many changes. I expected, what I was thinking before I asked these questions, was that I would get periods at least for a little while until my body adjusted to the new hormones of the implant. And when I talked to my doctor about it, he said actually they're similar and you might not experience that, but you know, just in case, I was already mentally prepared for that. But so far I've been on it for probably like 2 months already, and it's okay. I haven't had any like irregular like bleeding or anything like that. I have been spotting just a little bit. It's very common for you not to have periods on birth control. Some people still do. Like I said, some people still get periods on birth control, and that's not unnatural or unhealthy either, or weird or rare or anything like that. That's just how your body works with that type of medication, and this works for me, and it may not have the same results as you. Basically, that's just my kind of journey with birth control, and just kind of clearing up some stuff that I was just really irritated about. It's not the end of the world. It's my body. I don't know why people were so concerned with my body and it being so unnatural, but whatever. This is just what's working for me for the time being until I do decide that I want to have kids. But right now, can't afford it. Can't afford them at all. If you have any more questions about birth control or anything like that that I can answer, I'm not a medical professional, but leave them down in the comment section down below. Make sure you thumbs up this video if you liked it, or you found it helpful, or you just, you know, whatever. Also subscribe, because why not? And oh, follow me on all my social medias. They'll be listed down below and at the end slate at the end of this video. And I think that's it. So see you on my next one.